everyone, I'm Donnalouise and welcome to my YouTube channel for the love of puzzles. I'm really excited for today's video. Well, I was really excited for today's video because this is a new to me brand called LaLaLand. Now before I start any video, especially if it's a new brand, I like to do a bit of research. Now this is never sponsored or affiliated. If it was, I would let you know, but I like to provide you with information about the brand involved. So I went to their website. I believe they're an Australian company, found their website popped up, but then I was quickly redirected to another site. And basically what they've done is they've shut off their website for people living in New Zealand. Another website pops up with a map of New Zealand and locations and retailers' names that stock their items. There's no hyperlinks though. So if you think that these other businesses have a website, you have to manually try to search and find them. And I did go to one, they did have a website, but I wasn't able to find any of LaLaLand's products available. And so the reason I'm annoyed is, why didn't they just leave their full website up for me to look at their products? I quickly saw it. I actually think they have housewares. I don't know if they do more puzzles. To tell you, I can't tell you. I don't know if they ship internationally. And why couldn't they just, when I would try to buy something or add to cart, then they could say, oh, because you live in New Zealand, please shop at these retailers. Let me look at your website and your products and find out information about your company. I have nothing to share because I cannot look at the website. So if you know anything about LaLaLand, please leave some comments below. I do believe they have other Jigsaw puzzles because 2 500-piece ones were used at the New South Wales speed puzzling competition this year. So I've seen that online, but I can't tell you any more than that. I wanted to find out more information about this particular puzzle. This was gifted to me by Paige and Sven at Christmas time. And I know it was a collaboration with Peter Alexander. Peter Alexander is a sleepwear company from Australia. I was hoping if I could go to the LaLaLand website, they could tell me more about the collaboration. The only information I have on the box is they do mention the artists involved. So I can read that during the time lapse. But Peter Alexander though, I know their brand. I own about, 3 pairs of their pajamas. So I went to their website and it's actually a really, really cool story about the founder, Peter Alexander, how he started making sleepwear, why there's a dog as their mascot, and what they do with charities involving animals. So I figured during the time lapse, I'll share that information about Peter Alexander. I don't think I have any more information to share about this collaboration, just that it's called, Posh, Pooches Resort, which makes complete sense because Peter Alexander loves dogs. So lovely collaboration. I'm just disappointed I can't tell you more about LaLaLand, but I will tell you about Peter Alexander. Now the puzzle itself is 1,000 pieces. I love the form factor of the box. It's small, and I love the texture on the box. The box feels a good high quality. Now because it's small, they include a full-size poster. Look at this. I don't even know if you can even see me. And you know I love a poster. And maybe it's a bit too big. It reminds me of the size of the Cloudberries poster. I believe it's the actual size of the finished Jigsaw puzzle, which in a way will help me determine how big of an area in a space I need to work with. But it's maybe a little too big. However, that being said, if you owned a doggy daycare or a dog grooming salon, this would be so cute to put up on the wall. I'm assuming all their puzzles come with such large posters. I don't know, I can't tell you, maybe you know, leave a comment below. But I thought this would be the perfect puzzle for me to do upside down. If you remember now, it's been several videos ago, we talked about puzzling and what it does to the mind and things you can do to challenge yourself mentally more while puzzling. And one suggestion was to do the puzzle upside down. Now, I didn't want to do an image that looked okay doing it upside down, meaning imagine if it was just pictures of flowers. Well, if you rotate it upside down, the flowers, it wouldn't trick my mind. However, if I look at this image upside down, it confuses me, and I think it will be a challenge to build upside down. So I've decided that this will be the puzzle I'm going to try to build upside down. Another reason why I want to build upside down is I'm working on or practicing for the World Championships in Spain, as well as the Nationals in Australia. During the team event especially, there is a chance that you will have to puzzle upside down. I've been practicing pairs with Allison. She's very good at puzzling upside down, but I've watched her. She often puzzles right side up and then rotates into position. So that's most likely what I will do. But then once the puzzle is kind of mostly done, she was at one point sitting across from me and puzzling upside down and filling in pieces. So I do want to practice that in case it comes to the team event in Spain. 2 people may have to puzzle for a period of time upside down. Now, of course, we can change seats. That's a very good recommendation. If you get stuck, switch positions. But I thought for this one, the dogs might not be too bad, but I think a lot of the greenery will be tricky to do upside down. And I think I'll just get confused as to what goes to the left or the right of things doing it upside down. And so I'm excited to do this puzzle because it has doggies. And if there's enough time during the time lapse, I can tell you about my 2 little monkeys, Odin and Thora. I love them to bits, both pound rescues. I've spoken about them previously on the channel, and they've also solved puzzles for you all on the channel. And so this just makes me happy because dogs are involved. I do enjoy Peter Alexander sleepwear, but I wish I knew more about LaLaLand. Do they have more puzzles, and what do they have to offer? What other products they have, I don't know. So I'm a bit disappointed they completely shut off their website. I understand them wanting to support local New Zealand businesses, and I really appreciate that. And I wish they would have just had their website completely open and the shopping turned off. The only link they had on that redirect page was one, I think, to the main company that imports into New Zealand and then distributes. But when I went to their website and I tried to search for LaLaLand, nothing popped up. So I kind of ran into a dead end. So sorry, LaLaLand, I tried, but Peter Alexander, I'm really, really excited to share your information with you all. That'll be great fun, and I'm excited to do this puzzle. Now tell me, do you think I'm going to find it as tricky as I think I will, puzzling upside down? I think I'm going to struggle with it quite a bit. Do you puzzle upside down? Have you done it just for fun? Do you enjoy it? Is it difficult? And if you do speed puzzling in teams or pairs, do you ever have to puzzle upside down? And if you have any tips and tricks for me, let me know. The only thing that I know is try to puzzle, a section right side up and then rotate it into position. And then eventually when you get to the end, just do the best you can. But I think mentally, I'm still going to be confused because the aspect ratio and the dogs being upside down and the feet above the ears. But I'm up for the challenge, and I think it's going to be lots of fun. So, for the love of puzzles, let's get to building this LaLaLand in collaboration with Peter Alexander. What's it called? Posh, Pooches Resort. Enjoy. I really like the box. I like the size of it, the shape, and the texture on the box. It almost reminds me of corduroy. And can you hear this? That's the sound that the box makes. Now, I film these voiceovers typically after I've already done the intros and outros, and I wish I would have read the side of the box before filming either, because I would have found out a little bit more about LaLaLand. First of all, they have on the side of the box the name of 2 of their artists, and it says that LaLaLand have an in-house team of artists that create beautiful and original artworks that get applied on everyday goods. So that tells me they do more than just jigsaw puzzles. With a mission to inspire happiness and creativity, LaLaLand offer an array of greeting cards, gifts, and homewares that stand against the ordinary. So that would have been probably good to know before I filmed the intro and outro, but there you go. Now I'm just showing you a couple of the pieces here. There's a little bit of gloss, but it's not too bad. It really depends at the angle at which you're viewing the puzzle and how bright your lights are. I found the puzzle easy enough to do without too much glare and gloss. I liked the different types of shapes they had to offer. I liked the size of the pieces. The thickness was really quite good. It was nice. They felt sturdy. I was worried at first that this would be the type of puzzle piece that would easily stick to one another, but I didn't have that problem. Also, it's an image where you're not going to try piece after piece in the same spot because there's not any large area of the same color, like not a lot of sky or water. So that was nice. I love this image. It was a nice, easy image to build. I'm showing you a couple of the variety of pea shapes. All the pea shapes were present. Nice variety. Good, nice, big enough pieces, easy to handle. I enjoyed that. These have that white kind of slick backing. I don't know the proper terminology. Like, what would you call a Ravensburger piece? What's the type of backing that they have on the back of their pieces? It almost feels a bit feltish to me, but I know it's not felt. For example, this puzzle had not a speck of puzzle dust, whereas, you know, Ravensburgers do. So I'm not familiar with the terminology or the technique of the different types of jigsaw puzzle pieces. They're all made of cardboard of some sort, but there's obviously a difference in them. But it was a very enjoyable puzzle to build. Now, I wanted to share some information with you all about Peter Alexander. He was born in 1965 in South Africa, and then he moved to Australia shortly afterwards when he was still just a baby. I went to the website, and this is all information that's available on their website under the About Peter section. So at age 24, he decided it was time to be his own boss. And when his female friends were unable to find comfortable women's pajamas that weren't matronly style, he decided to get into the pajama game. Okay. Working from his mother's dining room table, he began making women's pajamas, selling them to department stores. And this is funny. So I guess when the phone rang, to make it sound like the business was bigger than what it was, if either Peter or his mom answered the phone, they pretended to be someone else. So I bet you I can imagine they were pretending to be like a receptionist and please hold for Peter. And that's hilarious. I love it. There's a quote here from him, and it is, "It all started with a simple idea and a simple spot." I'm having so much fun with this jigsaw puzzle. So here are all the piles that I sorted, and actually I've managed to build quite a bit, and I'm building it all upside down. Now I know I said in the intro that I might like build right side up and then rotate into position, but I figured because I do so much building as I sort, I built it all upside down. I got quite a few of the dogs done, some of the potted plants. I do think it's the easier things to do though and to build. I did have the image right side up as I was using it for a reference, and that was really quite tricky. So I did turn the image upside down, and it's working a lot better. Eventually, what I need to be able to do is puzzle upside down with the image right side up, so that if I'm in any position at a table for a Teams event, no matter the angle I'm looking at the image, it'll be okay. Now the finish on these pieces, let's see, maybe I can't. Okay, that's not bad, it's staying together. Now the finish, there's a tiny bit of gloss. It's not too bad. The nice thing is though, that the angle at which I'm sitting, it's not too shiny. If I rotate it here in the light, it depends on the angle. See, that looks quite glossy. But overall, the angle at which I'm sitting and puzzling, it's not glossy at all. How cute is this? Is this a French bulldog? So adorable. And look, that's staying together pretty good. I'm enjoying the piece cuts. Lots of options, lots of different prong shapes. Not too sticky. Yeah, it's really a lovely, lovely puzzle. And I wish I could maybe buy more in the future, but I'm not sure if that's a possibility. So what I need to do is that, obviously I built quite a bit. I sorted by pool pieces, greenery, borders, this little design at the top of the wall, pieces with greenery and pink, just some white pieces, some pinks that I didn't know, some of the other various dogs that need to go together, the umbrellas. What I think I'm going to do is move a lot of these piles off. Maybe I'm going to build the border, because I think I need a frame of reference because it's upside down. So I might build the border, even though I typically don't do that right away. Try to put in all the pieces I've assembled, And then I'm going to go easiest to more difficult. So finish all the little piles of dogs. Maybe do that, ornate area, the umbrellas. I'm not convinced I have enough pieces for the umbrellas. Maybe do the floor, the pool. Probably leave this top part at the end here. But overall, it's not as difficult as I thought it would be. I think it would definitely be more difficult if I had the image right side up. Maybe for another time. Let's baby steps here, baby steps. But it is a lovely puzzle. It's lots of fun. And yeah, I hope you're enjoying it. Now, when a department store canceled an order for 2,000 pairs of pajamas, I wonder if he had actually completed all those 2,000 pairs of pajamas and they canceled it. That would be just heartbreaking. Well, Peter turned his biggest setback into an opportunity. He then put a mail order advertisement in a popular women's magazine, and the response was overwhelming. He was flooded with 6,000 orders from that one ad, and since then hasn't looked back. I wonder, this department store and the person and people in charge that canceled this order, I wonder if they're regretting it now today. Because Peter Alexander, they are now independent stores. So like here in Dunedin, we do have a Peter Alexander store. So he's gone from making pajamas on his mom's dining room table, placing, mail order ads, to having his own brick and mortar stores. That's just awesome. Following this success, the business started to grow and attract media attention. Peter was dubbed the Pajama King by Australian media, and the nickname has stuck to this day. His humorous, quirky, and playful personality shines through in every collection. Each new collection has a unique theme and is inspired either by his travels around the world, from Paris to New York to African safaris, or exciting design collaborations with Disney and Sesame Street, just to name a few. Now, these unique collections are designed to delight women, men, and children alike, and are loved around the world every night. Crafted from the most comfortable and luxurious fabrics, you'll find more than just pajamas at Peter Alexander. There's also loungewear, daywear, footwear, and gifts. Here's another quote. I am absolutely obsessed with prints and constantly looking around the world for inspiration. I seek out original artwork and design in-house with my wonderful team of graphic artists. Now, Peter was always an animal lover, even from a young age, but it was Penny who ignited Peter's passion for animal welfare. Peter is an ambassador for the RSPCA, constantly thinking of ways to raise money and awareness to help all creatures, great and small. One day he walked past an adorable little dachshund puppy in need of home. That was the day he found Penny, who grew to become the beloved and iconic logo of the brand. Okay, yes, a little dachshund puppy. I had a little pop-up of the Peter Alexander logo, and that's based on Penny. Aw, adorable. As you walk through the pink doors today, you will see Penny almost everywhere, from the pajamas to the gift packaging and even Penny dog-shaped door handles. The Just Group acquired the business in 2000, and since its acquisition, Peter Alexander Sleepwear has grown with leaps and bounds, from a pure catalog-based business to a multi-channel business with over 120 retail stores within Australia and New Zealand, with Peter Alexander himself as the creative director of the brand. I've spoken about my two monkeys before, Odin and Thora. I love my doggies so much. And basically, they're both pound rescues. Odin was rescued at about a year and a half old, and he did spend quite a long time in foster care. We adopted him just shortly after his second birthday. He's come leaps and bounds, and I'm so pleased with him. He just was not treated very well in his early life, and unfortunately, that left a lot of anxiety and fear and scars with him. Not physical scars, but emotional and mental scars. But now he is a happy, beautiful boy, lovely, spoiled rotten, but is so appreciative of everything that he has. He will soon be, 9 years old? I'm trying to think. Yeah, 9 years old. I can't wait. Yeah, he's coming up on 9, my big, beautiful boy. That was not his original name. Both Odin and Thora, I really wanted to change their names because I did not want the past to define their future, and I wanted to give them strong, powerful names as a new start. So Thora is a play on Thor with an A added. Thora was rescued from the pound as a puppy. She was 4 months old maybe? And she had just been starving. I think the people could not afford to keep her and have her. And she had a lot of facial scars, I think maybe fighting for food, unfortunately, which was really, really sad. They've all healed up. She just has one little reminder scar on an ear tip. Now, because she was so young, and I was so emotional because she was so skinny, I created a bit of a monster. She's very well trained, yes, but I spoiled her. And she really doesn't have any remaining issues from those early days, but now she runs this house. Oh my goodness, she is sassy. She sasses me every day. She loves to talk. She does my head in. She is spoiled. But she knows when she needs to listen. And you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. I love them to bits. They were both rescued by Dog Rescue Dunedin here in Dunedin, New Zealand. There's another charity with the exact same name in Florida, so often they get mixed up. But yeah, all I just want to say is if you're considering to get a pet at home, make sure you have the time and money for one, regardless of how big or small the pet is. They all cost money, they all need time and lots of love. And if possible, please consider adoption. But yeah, they're my two little monkeys, Odin and Thora, just bring me so much joy and love. And I'm glad that, you know, to see the change and the progress and how far they've both come. They're just a pure joy. Even when they drive me crazy, they're absolutely amazing. As for puzzling upside down, to be completely honest, this was so much easier than I expected it to be. And I think it has to do with the image itself. It was a good first image to do upside down. I didn't find it difficult whatsoever. I referred slightly to the poster, but not as much as I thought I would. In the end, you'll see that it's often just off to the side. It did confuse me to look at the image right side up while I was puzzling upside down. So I do have it upside down or even actually sideways. But when it came down to it, I often just referred to the puzzle itself and tried to focus more in like the way the lines went. For like around the pool, the tiling, I concentrated more on what was already on the jigsaw puzzle and what pieces would work in what direction. And because I feel I had sorted so well, I could focus on a small number of pieces and figure out where they went. And it worked really well. I'm actually quite pleased with how well I did this jigsaw puzzle upside down. So I do think I could challenge myself further, perhaps a more difficult image, doing it upside down, and having the reference image right side up, because that could potentially better mimic the conditions I could have while speed puzzling as a team or pairs event. I just have to pick a puzzle, and I'm not sure which one exactly to do. And I won't speed run it. It will be more just a puzzle to do for fun, but something that'll challenge me, making it difficult, or more difficult at least than this one, to do it upside down. And perhaps, even with the next one that I do upside down, I'll end up more focusing on the puzzle itself and the pieces rather than the reference image, which I think is actually a good thing to do. Sometimes I feel I'm too reliant on the image. There's a balance between not looking at the image enough and looking at the image too much. This puzzle was so much fun. I really, really enjoyed it. I did manage to find their Instagram. So it's LaLaLand shop. And on that, I could see that they do offer other products like housewares and bags, bowls, ceramics, reusable coffee mugs. And there are other puzzles apart from this one and the other two that I saw from the New South Wales competition. They do have others as well. So I do hope I'll be able to buy more. I really enjoyed it, but I have no idea for a price point at this point in time. Like I said, I just wish their website was fully accessible and just turn off the shopping feature and then redirect me to the New Zealand retailers. That's just one little comment that I have to say, but besides that, truly, truly enjoyed this jigsaw puzzle. And I thought Thora could help me do the intro. She's looking not impressed because there's an alarm that went off to notify me that it's time for her DENTASTIX. And so, yeah, she wants that and is not impressed that I'm delaying it slightly to try to film this. Thora! Hi! You gonna say hi to everyone? Are you gonna say thank you for watching? Are you a good girl? Thora, do you like the puzzle? Look at the doggies. Nope, she's just not having it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. For the love of puzzles, I hope you enjoy my videos. Please consider subscribing, and until next time, ciao! Thora, do you want your dentist stick? Yeah, she wants her dentist stick. Odin, do you want a dentist stick? We're gonna get... It's time to get the dentist stick. Okay, here we go. Let's go. Let's get dentist sticks.